नमस्कार। आप सबका फिर मेरे चैनल भारत का बरगद यूट्यूब चैनल में आपका स्वागत है। एंड दिस इज द second video on the 3 video series of topic Sharp Thorn in the Flesh of Mother India. In the first video, I explained about the origin and history of caste system or social stratification in different culture, major culture all over the world. But today video is about the mostly pertinent to the Indian subcontinent, and this will be the history and ancient perspective of the caste system in Hindu religion, and we will also talk about the social impact of this caste system in India. So I will start from first thing is the historical perspective. So let us. I just wanted to mention one thing before I proceed, is that in Hindu religion, you can say, or in Hindu society or Hindu culture, is conversion from other religion is possible? The answer is no. You cannot be converted to Hindu, and a person to call himself as a Hindu has to be born in Hindu society or Hindu family, or Hindu father or Hindu mother with some other person which may not be Hindu. So to be a Hindu, you have to be born in the Hindu. You cannot be converted to Hindu. Nowadays, there you will see a lot of Hindu conversion on the media or on the social websites, that people are being converted to Hindu. That is the wrong narrative. The real thing is that, as I said, you cannot become Hindu, but those people or those person who was Hindu before means maybe 1 generation, 2 generation, 4, 5, 6 generation, whenever. Well, if they were Hindu, if their ancestors were Hindu, and they have converted to different religion, whether it is a Christianity or Islam or any other religion, but their ancestors were Hindu, those kind of people, they can become Hindu with the specific, with the permission of a specific entity, and by specific ceremony. These people can be converted back to Hindu. Actually, this is not the Hindu conversion. This is called return to your own culture, or in our language it is called ghar vapsi, means you left your home and you are coming back to your home. This is called ghar vapsi. So this is possible, but in pure sense, to be a Hindu, you have to be born Hindu, either by Hindu parents, or you have to be born Hindu by single parents, or mother or father married to some other religion. So this is what the Hindu conversion is. Now, I will now forward and come to the what are the social impact of caste system in India. To go by this, I will go first to the historical perspective. Now, the historical perspective is this, that the basis of caste in India is by birth. And by birth, you can be assigned either higher caste, like a Brahmins. Mostly they are teachers and preachers. And next higher caste is Kashyap. And then next higher caste is Vaishya. Vaishya means trades or some landowners and those kind of people, higher people. Next higher caste. Now, the lower caste is Shudra, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, otherwise backward class and others, and the fifth element. Now, once again, I think I mentioned fifth element before. What is fifth element is Dalit, untouchables, and Mahatma Gandhi called them Harijan. You all know that. Their existence were only to serve higher caste. So this lower caste, Shudra and all these people, their main purpose, as per the our Hindu scripture, especially the Manu Smriti, the role of these lower caste people is to serve the higher caste. And Brahman, Kshatri and Vash, these are the higher caste. So they were doing mean job, and their existence is only to serve higher caste, which is called slavery or slave. Now, after this, I will talk about what was the social cultural attitude towards women and Shudra in ancient times. So let us go back in ancient time and see what happened in ancient time. What was the status, cultural and social status towards a woman and Shudra? So, as explained in the Ved and also Manu Smriti and Yajnavalkya Smriti, the language for higher caste was Sanskrit, long time back. Shudra and fifth element language was non-Sanskrit because they don't have Sanskrit as their language. Shudra and Dalits were not allowed to learn Sanskrit. It was in the ancient time, and Vedas and other Sanskrit scripture. The lower caste were not allowed, including fifth element people. If Shudra and fifth element population were found to be learning Sanskrit and Vedas, they must be put to death. This is accepted policy in Manu Smriti. That was explained like this. Now, next I will come to the women status. The women status in Vedic period, women were undifferentiated by varnas. There is no mention of woman which part of Brahma she was created. We know that Brahman, Kshatri, Vash and Shudra, they were created, they are all the men were created from these parts of the Brahma, like head, chest, thigh and feet. But there is no mention of women where women were created. And what was the role for women in ancient time? Their main role was to serve a husband, performing domestic and agricultural work. This was in ancient time they're supposed to do. They did not have any ritual role. As I said, there is no mention of which part of women came. And women of all the castes, all four castes, women were socially discriminated just like Shudra. Shudra and women had no rights or entitlement apart from their duty and role. That's all they should do. They don't have any other political or any other social work. Women were slave inside the household, while Shudra were slave both inside and outside of household. So women, let us go forward and then we'll see where I am talking about women. Women were only to serve their husband of same caste. Women were not allowed to marry outside of the caste system. And if it was found that any woman is getting married to higher caste or something, that woman must be put to death. This is again. Don't be surprised what I am telling. And I'm not giving you my impression or my idea or what I feel should be good or this is my principle. No, this is just the knowledge that I am found from research and I'm going to put it here. Another word I want to explain as per Hindu women ancient time, the status, patita is the term used for those women who lost their respect in the society by acting against the wishes of their husband. So if any woman is not following the deeds and the duty to serve their husband in the way they are expected, if they don't do that, that woman is called patita. And there is another word which is used for women, it's called Vaishya. Vaishya simply means prostitute, but if a woman, but there is no word for promiscuous men. If men do multiple sexual partner kind of thing, there's no word for that. And then there is another word which we used for women, we call it Neech Yoni. Women born in lower caste, they are called Neech Yoni. They can only get respect if they get married to higher caste. Then if the higher caste husband give this status to this woman, then it is she can get out of Neech Yoni. And same way, no men were also not allowed to marry a woman of the other caste. They are not allowed. But if any men found to be marrying a lower caste or another caste woman, that person, there is only a mild provision of penalty or something. There is no harsh penalty for that for the men. Now, there is another thing for fifth element and Dalit, that in those ancient times they were not allowed to live in mainstream of the society. So the fifth element and the Dalits were not allowed. I'm just talking about this in ancient time of India. They were not allowed to live in a mainstream of society. Dalits have been pushed to the outskirts of the city or town in ancient time. They were not allowed to live inside the town. They were allowed to live outside the town. So this is the outskirt area. Majority of the now comes to the record of the ancient Hindu religion. The majority of the Hindu Vedic scripture were written on the banana leaves. This is the Hindu religion was. All the things were written on the banana leaf. And I found out advantage and disadvantage of this kind of writing. The advantage is easily available, not much effort to prepare and write. You just write on the banana leaves and store it. The disadvantage is that easily lost and destroyed and not long lasting. It cannot be long lasting. In other ancient civilization, they did not use banana leaf. They used leather scroll or papyrus scroll, long lasting, not easily destroyed. So this is the advantage for that. And ancient Vedic culture, slavery is word used now. Now we use the word slavery, but in ancient time this can be used for Shudra, Dalit, and women. Look here, there is one more factor here. And the slavery includes these kind of the section of the society, Shudra, Dalit, and women. Now, as per Vedic text, like we know there are four Ved. So as per Vedic text, these are the things I found as per Vedic text, and I did research on that. The melted glass should be poured into the ears of Shudra if he is found to listening to Vedas. His tongue be cut out if he or she found to recite a Veda. His heart be smashed if he or she found to mention the Vedas, keeping them in heart. If you memorize the Veda in Sanskrit, and Shudra had no rights to study the Veda because those were Sanskrit language and undergo the religious rite to participate in any ritual or sacrifice. Shudra were not allowed, all these kind of people. So this was the perception for ancient time for women. So in this video we covered the ancient perspective of the Hindu society and the caste system. So this is where we are now. So it's still in ancient time, in medieval time, it is still okay for people to think that way. But this perspective I gave you as per a medieval time and ancient time, what was the caste system, what was the status of the fifth elements and Shudra, and as per Hindu scripture, what is the impact of caste system in society in ancient time. When we explain in next video, video number 3, then I will explain what is the status of this caste system in current time in India. So that will be the video number 3. At this time, this is all I have to relate in video number 2. And thank you very much for listening to my second video. And please wait. We will put third video soon. So thank you for listening my channel, and thank you very much.